Good morning, children. Last two classes we discussed about monohybrid cross, and you all know why that cross is known as monohybrid cross. Who can tell me the answer? Yes, only Mendes selected only one pair of contrasting characters. As we all know, pea plant is having how many pairs of contrasting characters? 7 pairs of contrasting characters. But still Mendel concentrated. To do his experiments, he concentrated only on one pair of contrasting characters. And after completing that experiment, then he concentrated on 2 pairs of contrasting characters. As he concentrated on one pair of contrasting characters, we call that as what? Monohybrid cross. As he selected 2 pairs of contrasting characters, we can call that cross as what? Dihybrid cross. Clear? Mono, this is the di, that means 2 pairs of characters are selected by Mendel, and rest 5 characters were also shown in the pea plants. But as for doing his experiment, for convenience, he selected 2 pairs of contrasting characters. And now we can see, I am going to do this on 2. Tall plant producing round seeds. And we know that among the tall and the dwarf, which one is dominant? Yes, tall. Among round and wrinkled, that also you had already seen in the last class, which one is dominant? Round. So he selected 2 plants that bears that tall plant bearing round seed and dwarf plant bearing wrinkled seed. So now we can see how he did that cross. Okay, he selected tall plant producing round seed, and opposite of tall means what? Dwarf plant bearing which seed? Wrinkled seed. See? Tall opposite dwarf, round opposite wrinkled. So tall, you know that tall is dominant. So it is denoted by what? As we all know, every character is controlled by how many genes or factors? Yes, 2. Every character is controlled by 2 genes or 2 factors. So here tallness, you had already seen it, is controlled by 2 capital T. Then what about the round? As it is dominant, it can be denoted by what? 2 capital R, capital R. Then same in the case of dwarfness. Here capital T, instead of that 2 small t, and wrinkled. So this is the genotype of the tall round plant and dwarf wrinkled. So this, and he selected very important thing, he selected pure tall and round. What is meant by pure tall? That means 2 genes should be of similar size. So both are homologous. Homozygous we could say, because both are capital T. If one is capital T, another one is small t, also that plant is tall. But for doing the experiment, Mendel did not want such plant. He liked to have only pure tall, pure producing round seed. Of course, here there is no other combination. Dwarf, if both genes are small only, it will become dwarf. And the case of wrinkle, if both genes are small r, then only it will become what? Wrinkled. Now we can observe. So at the time of gamete formation, you had already seen it. You know, first we can divide it into gamete. Yes, here small t, separation, and here capital R, here small r. So they get separated into 4 gametes here as well as here. Separation takes place and 4 gametes are formed. Here 2 capital T and here R. So now we can cross these 2. See, this 2T, what is formed? Capital T, small t, and this T again combined with this, what is formed? Only one combination. And again these two, please observe it carefully, small t, and here capital T, small t. So it is better, please take a paper with you or book. You know the bio. One side you can copy down the lecture note. I already told you that. That section you can take the page and you can just try to do it. So here you know that capital T, one gamete. So it can fuses with these two T's. Then what is the product? Product remains the same. No change. All are capital T, small t. Similarly, we can do with the R also. R combines with this R. What is the product? Capital R, small r. Again, this R can be joined with this small r. Then again, capital R, small r. This R is simply waiting there. Again, capital R, small r. And these two, we could see the result, capital R, small r. No change at all. No change. Here, this can combine with this T only. So, the product is what? Capital T, small t. And this is which generation? And this generation, it is the F1 generation. This is the F1 generation or first filial generation. So, who can tell me the genotype of the newly formed seeds? Newly formed plant. Genotype of newly formed plant. Yes, what it is? Capital T, small t, then capital R, small r. This is the genotype of newly formed plant. This is the genotype. That means one capital T, one small t. That means one T from one parent, small t from another parent. Keep in mind, one character is controlled by two factors. That is very, very important. If you don't remember that, you will make mistake while doing this. You may think you take one T from here and one R from here. Then that will be wrong. Every character is controlled by two factors or two T's. So, one from this father, one T from this father, and one small t from mother. One capital R from this father and one small r from this. And this is the first F1 generation or first filial generation. Here Mental has done which type of cross? It is the which type of pollination? Cross pollination. Because it had done in two plants. One plant bearing tall plant bearing round seeds. Another one dwarf plant bearing wrinkle seeds. So here you had seen already the one character is controlled by two factors. So 2T here and 2 capital R here. Here also small t 2 are there, small r also 2 are there. Then you had separated in different gametes. Just for your understanding, all I had written it here. Then if you cross in any manner, you will get only one answer, capital T, small t. See, capital T, small t. In all the four, you had got only one result, that is capital T, small t. Here also you had got only one result, that is the capital R, small r. Clear? Yes. So this is the first or filial generation or first generation. And can you tell me which type of plant is it? You could say that it is the tall plant bearing which seeds? Round seeds. Tall plant bearing which seeds? Round seed. Then Mental got again confused. What happened to this dwarfness and wrinkle? What had it gone? In the F1 generation, he got all the plants. Plants are all in which size? Tall plants. And what about the seeds they produced? Round seeds. So as we all know, these two are the dominant. Tall as well as round. These two are the dominant characters. It is because of that they expressed in which generation? First generation. Is law of dominant. When two pairs of contrasting characters are crossed, in the first generation, only one character appears to be dominant. Here, tallness. Another character is round, and here the shape of the seed. Okay, so that is the round. So here in the first generation, he got what? All the plant as what? Tall, round. Then he did what type of pollination there? Yes, self-pollination. That means both the parents are the same. father as well as the mother, both are the same. So for doing before that, you should understand, you should separate it into 4 hybrids. See, this T we can cross with this R. That means one capital T and here one R. One hybrid is like this, one capital T and one R. Okay, next one, this T crossing with this small R, capital T, problem is there we think, then here small r, again this can be fused, this small t, capital R, small t, capital R, small t, capital R. Then here another cross, we can see small t, here small t, small r. So see, this is capital T, this also capital T, this small t and this small t. Hope it is clear. See, this T combines with TR. So here we want to get what? 4 hybrid. 4 pairs we want to get. We want to separate it into what? 4 pairs. Once again I will show. We can just separate also this T, T, R, R. Clear? Then we can combine this T with what? This T with this R. Observe carefully. Capital T, capital R. Then again combine this T with the small r. Capital T, small r. Then T, capital small t, capital R. Then this T, small t, small r. So how many hybrids you have got? Hybrid means what? Pairs. Okay. You have already got here 4 sections for 4 pairs are there. One capital T, capital R. One capital T, small r. One T, small r. One small t, capital R, small t, small r. So as this is the hybrid of one parent. As we know, both parents are the same. Then no need of doing it again. As we know, these are the genotype of the parent. And both parents are the same. And you have divided this into 4 groups. So now we can do it in the form of what? Punnett square. Okay. So first one is what? Capital. Say this, something's wrong with this one. Okay. Capital T, capital R. First one, capital T, capital R. Second one, capital T. See, tell me, small r. Next one, small t, capital R. Last one, small t, small r. See, capital T, capital R, capital T, small t, capital R and small t, small r. As both parents are the same, we can just again write it here. This is the father. This is the father and this can be considered as the mother. Same thing you can write here also. Next one, capital T, small r, small t, capital R, small t, small r. Clear? Same thing we have written here also. Then we can cross it very easily. Observe it carefully. Here one T, here what is that? T. Both are capital. So capital T, then capital T, then what about R? Capital R, capital R. Here capital T, capital T. What about R? Observe very carefully. Here is capital and here is what? Here is what? Small. Next one. Here capital. There what? Small. R. Here capital. Here also capital. See next one. Here one T capital. Here what? Small. Capital T. Small t. Here one capital R. Another one small r. Hope this is clear. Here capital T. Here also capital T. So 2T here. Here capital R. Here also capital R. Next table. You can see one capital T, another capital T here, one capital R, small r. Here capital T, small t, capital R, small r. Sorry, capital R, capital R. Here capital T, here small t, here capital R, small r. Likewise, you can continue doing here also. One T, capital, both are capital T. What about R, R? Or otherwise, you can opposite way also you can write. I think it is better. Capital R, small r. Here, how many T? Both capital T. You can also do in your own book. Small r, small r. Next one capital T, one small t. Capital R, small r. See, capital R, small r. Here also, one capital T, another one small t. What about R? Here also small letter r. Here also small letter r. Next one. Here is capital T. Here small t. R. Both R's are capital. Next one. Here capital T. Here see small t. What about R? One capital and one small. Here what about T? Both T's are small. And what about round? Both are capital R. This one see both T's are small letter T's. And what about R? One is capital, another one is small. And here see one is capital T, another one is small t. What about round? R. Here one is the small. Here one is capital T, another one is small t. Then what about the round? Both are small r. Here both T's are small. Here small t and here also small t. And what about R? One capital R. You can see one small r. Then see here two T's are, here two T's are small. Then what about the round? Both are small letter. See here both parents are the same, that is tall round, and we have divided them into 4 different groups, that is capital T, small t, capital R, small r. This is a genotype of the parent. As both parents are the same, before doing the cross, we want to separate them into 4 different groups. Each group should consist of both characters. Each group consists of what? Character of height as well as what? Shape of the seed. Each group. Here we don't want to consider about all those things. Here we are considering only about one feature. But when we want to form the hybrid, when we want to do the F2 generation, want to do in the Punnett square, definitely we want to divide them into 4 different groups, and these 4 sets should consist of what? Shape of the seed as well as height of the plant. So accordingly we have divided them into 4 groups: capital T, small r, capital T, capital R, capital T, small r, small t, capital R, and small t, small r. As both parents are the same, here same thing we have written here as well as here. Then first just observe it once again. Here both T can write together, both R we can write together. Here both T capital and one capital R and one small r. Observe very carefully this capital T and this small t, this capital R and this capital R, this capital T, this one small t, this capital R, this one small r. Here capital T, here also capital T, here capital R, here small r. Here both T capital, small r and small r. Here capital T, here small t. Here small r, here capital R. So R, 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 R. Here capital T, small t, both small r. Here capital T, small t, capital R, capital R. Here capital T, here small t, capital R, small r. Here small t, here also small t, here capital R, here also capital R. Here small t, both small t's, and here capital R and here small r. And here last column, first capital T, here small t, here capital R, small r. See, then capital T, small t, both r's are small. Here small t, capital R, small r. And here both t's are small and both r's are also small. Hope this is clear. And now we can move on to how to find out which are the characters here. We had cross, we already know. We had cross, tall, round and dwarf, wrinkled. We have cross, which type of plants? Plant, tall plant with bearing round seed, and dwarf plant bearing wrinkled seed. Clear? Tall plant bearing round seed and dwarf plant bearing wrinkled seed. That was our parents in the beginning. Then now we just observe this TTRR. Would this capital T, capital R, capital R. Capital R, capital R. What about the expression of the character of this plant? Tall plant bearing what? Tall plant bearing with seeds. Tall, round. Okay. Then how many tall rounds you can find out? This is tall round. You can just mark. This is not working, I think. Wait. This is tall round. What about this? Capital T, capital R, small r. As we know, this of course it is the tall, and capital R, small r is what? Yes, it is round. So 1, 2, I'm writing the numbers of tall, round. See this one. Capital T, small t, capital R, small r. Which type of plant is that? Yes, tall plant bearing with seed. Both r's are capital. That means round. Okay, so here this also same 3. And here of course this is tall and this is round, fourth one. And what about this? Yes, tall, round. And what about this? Who can tell me? Capital T, small r. What is that? Capital T, of course it is tall. Then small r, what is that? It is the wrinkled. Is it clear? This is the tall, but the seeds are wrinkled. And what about here? Tall, round. This is what? Capital T, small t. And here I could mark by using the green pen. Tall, wrinkled I am marking by using the green ink. This is tall, wrinkled. What about this? This is also, this is tall and this is wrinkled. And what about this? Tall, round. So how many we have written? 6. So this is the Z. What about this? Tall, round, 8. Then what about this? Now the new one, small t, capital R. What is that? Small t, it is the dwarf, yes. Then what about capital R? It is the round. Dwarf, round. So again, we can mark it in A1. Okay, this is the dwarf, round. What about this? Dwarf, round. So we can mark it as A2. Okay. And what about this? Tall, round. So 8, this is the 9. And this one what? Tall, wrinkled. So how many we have written already? Tall, wrinkled. 1, 2, and this is the 3. 1, 2 and 3. How many? Tall, wrinkled. Then again 2 are left. This is what? Dwarf, round. How many have written dwarf, round? Yes, A, 3. Okay. Then what is this? Capital T, small r, small r. What is that? Yes, dwarf, wrinkled. Dwarf, wrinkled, that is only 1. So, just observe tall, round. How many you have got tall, round? Tall, round, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have got among the seeds produced, among that 9%, not 9%, one ratio is coming, then you will understand it better. Among this, you know, totally how many? 4, 8, 12, 16. Among the 16 plants produced, 9 plants were tall, round. Tall, round. Phenotypic. Expressive is what? Tall, round. Then what about another one? Tall, wrinkled. Tall, wrinkled, how many are there? 1, 2 and 3. Tall, wrinkled, how many are there? 3. Among these, 9 tall, round, 3 tall, wrinkled. Then next one, dwarf, round. How many are there? 1, 2 and 3. 3 dwarf, wrinkled. 3 dwarf, round. And what is left? Dwarf, wrinkled. How many are there? Only 1. So total 16 plants were produced. Among these, 9 plants were what? 9 plants were tall, round. 9 plants were tall, round, tall, wrinkled 3, dwarf, round 3 and dwarf, wrinkled 1. So the ratio 9:3:3:1. Total 16 plants were produced. Among that, 9 were tall, round. You know, different conditions are there for becoming tall. You know, 2 conditions. This can also be a tall plant. This can also be a tall plant. So round also 2 conditions are there. This type of plant can be round and this also can be round. But for wrinkled and dwarf, only 1 condition. If 2 small t should be there, then only it should be what? Dwarf. If small r's are there, then only it should be what? Wrinkled. So, after crossing the tall, round and dwarf, wrinkled, next we are moving on to the very, very important section. When he crossed only tall, round and dwarf, wrinkled, F1 generation he got all the plants tall. But in the F2 generation, other than the tall, round and dwarf, wrinkled, he got new 2 varieties. Who can tell me what are they? New 2 varieties he had got. Yes, tall, wrinkled and next one, tall, wrinkled and dwarf, round. These 2 were the newly produced varieties only. Tall, round and dwarf, wrinkled. These 2 were the newly formed varieties. Even though he crossed only 2, that is tall, round and dwarf, wrinkled. In the first generation, he got all the plants tall. But in the second generation, he was really surprised to see new 2 varieties. He had expected, normally when we did the monohybrid, in the second generation, we got what the only parents only. No new varieties were there. But in this case, as he crossed 2 pairs of characters, in the first generation, he got all dominant only. That's here, tall and round. But in the second generation, so this surprise, and he was so surprised to see that he received another 2 varieties. What are they? Tall, wrinkled and dwarf, round. From this, he put forward a law, that is law of independent assortment. So I'm going to rub this. I hope you have copied this also. From this clause, he put forward a law known as law of independent assortment. Law of independent assortment. Anyone can guess what is law of independent? What is independent? Not dependent on anyone. So we know that even though the organisms, the genes, they remain close together. But at the time of gamete formation, they separate and segregate. That you have already seen. You know that this T, this T and R, and here small t, these are the gametes. And this T combines with this T. And even though these gametes, the genes, they remain together. But at the time of gamete formation, they separate and segregate. It doesn't end there. Then what happened? They go and combines with another factors also. And in here case, this plant is having tall round, this dwarf wrinkle. And what happened, this combines with, and sometimes, and that this can combines with this. And this, normally this should only happen. But after second generation, what happened? This small t, this dwarfness go and combines with the round character, or means round seed, and the tallness, they go and combines with what? Wrinkle seed. So they separate and segregate, and they join with another gametes independently. Even though the genes, they remain together in the parent for a long time, at the time of gamete formation, they separate and segregate. They are already seen here. They separate and segregate, and they combines with another factors or another genes to form what? New varieties, that already seen here. Even though we crossed tall, round and dwarf wrinkle, but in the second generation, we got two new varieties. What are they? Tall, wrinkled and dwarf round. So, it is because of that Mendel put forward this law of independent assortment. When a pair of contrasting characters are crossed, or when two pairs of contrasting characters are crossed, at the time of gamete formation, the genes or factors, they separate and segregate, and they combines with another factors to form what? New varieties. They combines with another factors to form what? New varieties, and that is known as what? Law of independent assortment. In the exam point of view, you may be asked to explain what is law of independent assortment with the help of what? With the help of what? You just explain law of independent assortment. It may be of 5 marks. Then you should write the definition. Afterwards, you should explain. You can take any 2 examples and you can explain in the form of what? Cross, Punnett square. Sometimes you may be asked directly, just do the dihybrid cross. They may give you the factors, or they may be the characters you may be given. Otherwise, they may ask you to explain what is law of independent assortment, or explain Mendel's third law of heredity. Third law, and you may 5 marks. Definitely you should explain what it is, and in the form of what? Punnett square, you are supposed to explain it. Hope it is clear. So now we can move on to the last section, that is about the sex determination. We have discussed about it so many times. What is sex determination? Yes, the determining the sex of the newborn organism. Normally, you know that the organisms that are seen around us, different organisms have different approaches or different methods to decide the sex. In some organisms, genetically it is not determined. But in the case of human beings, we know that it is already determined genetically. But in some organisms, they are determined, environment plays a very important role in determining. In the case of turtle, hope you have seen the turtle, the temperature, environmental temperature plays a very important role. When they lay the eggs, if the temperature is comparatively less, if it is less than 27 or 28 degrees centigrade, the offspring will be male. The egg will develop into what? Male turtle. But if the temperature is more than that, what will happen? Yes, the egg will develop into female. That is it. So, lizard also have such sex determination. Temperature plays just opposite only. And example, you can write an example of some organisms. External environment plays an important role in sex determination. That in the case of turtle, if the temperature is more, the egg will develop into a female. If temperature is less, it will become the male. In the case of snail, hope you know what is snail. Yes, butcher. What happened in the case of snail? Here the male can become female after the birth. After becoming the male, they can change the sex. If the two snails are attached, then it will be male. If they separate, no, they become female. If in a group more males are there, some will become female. This is a very, very interesting fact about snails. If both snails are attached, one become what? Male, another become female. If they separate, that male will become what? Female. And if so many males are there in a group, if females are less, then what happen? That some males will become what? Female. That is a speciality or just an interesting thing about the snail. Now we can come to our section, or the human beings. We all know it is genetically determined. And how we just see, very, very important question for the examination, sex determination in human beings. Our cells having how many chromosomes? 23 pairs. All the cells are having 23 pairs of chromosomes. And among these 23, these 22 pairs, we can call it as what? Autosomes. And the balance one pair, it is the sex chromosome. 22 pairs in all the cells, 23 pairs of chromosomes are there. Among these 22 pairs are the autosomes. That means they shows or they control the body characters, body features. All our body features, our color, height, size, etc. All the body characters are controlled by 22 pairs of chromosomes. But this one pair, they control the sex. They will decide whether an individual is a male or a female. So this one pair plays a very important role in determining the sex of an individual. So 22 pairs are autosomes. They decides the body characters, and the one pair, it is the sex chromosome. They determine the sex or the gender of an individual. That means that the human being, whether it is a female or a male. So see, as we all know, all the cells in our body is having 23 pairs except two cells. Yes, sperm and the ovum. Sperm and the ovum, they have only what? 23 chromosomes. At the time of gamete formation, you are already seen. They only, two pairs are there. Only among one pair, only one chromosome will move towards the sperm and the ovum. Even though these chromosomes, they remain in pairs, these two will not move on to the gamete. From one pair, only one will move. Clear? One will move, one to the sperm, in the case of male, and in the case of female, one to the ovum. Likewise, 23 chromosomes. 40 out of 46, 23 chromosomes will move towards the sperm and the ovum. In the case of male, we could see that 22 pairs, you can see 44, 22 pairs. The case I'm talking about the male, 44 plus. See the sex chromosome, very, very important. One is X and one is Y. One is X and one is Y. In the case of female, 44 plus, both chromosomes are X. Here, if X come to the gamete, no problem. Another X come to the gamete, no problem. But here sperms, they may have two options, 22 plus X or 22 plus Y. This is the case of what? Sperms. Sperm is having, as I told you, one X, and some sperms are having one X chromosome and some sperms are having Y chromosome. So as I told you, testis produces millions and millions of sperm, and among this, approximately half consists of 22 plus X and another half consists of 22 plus Y. But in the case of female, there is no such problem because female is having only X chromosome. So the egg will have 22 22 plus X. All the X are having same type of chromosome number, chromosome style also, 22 plus X. But the case of sperm, it is not like that. Some sperms 22 plus X and some sperms 22 plus Y. If this sperm carrying the X chromosome combines with the female having X chromosome, then you know what will happen? 44 plus XX. Clear? 22 plus X. That is one sperm. This sperm, if this sperm fuses with the female having what? X. Female, of course, there is no other option. Then it will become what? 44 plus XX. Can you say the sex of the child? XX is what? Female. Then here you know what happened? If the 22 plus Y combines with 22 plus X of the female, then what will be the result? 44 plus XY. Then what about sex of the child? It is the XY what? It is the male. So from this, can you guess who will decide the sex of the individual? Is it female or is it mother or the father? Absolutely right. It is the father who decides the sex of the offspring or sex of the child. So now we can do it in the form of what? A cross. 3 marks question for the examination. It can be frequently asked. See the male, female, male you can say 22 plus X, 22 plus Y. 22 plus X or 22 plus Y. Female only 22 plus X. Clear? Both options are the 22 plus X. If this 22 plus X fuses with this 22.X, then what about 44 plus XX? Then the child will be female or girl. Then if this fuses with this, what will happen? 44 plus XY and the child will be male or boy. Clear? So male sperms have one sperm, of course, have only one X or either Y only. So these millions are there. Among this, half 22 plus X and half 22 plus Y. Female only one option. So if this 22, only one sperm can fuse with the egg. So if the sperm carrying the X chromosome fuses with the egg having X chromosome, the child will be girl. There's a correct match only, XX. But in the case of Y, 22 plus Y, there is a sperm carrying Y chromosome combines with the female or egg carrying X chromosome, then what will be the result? 44 plus XY. XY, it is a mismatch. Not in the case of male, they have the mismatching. X is the big chromosome, Y is the small chromosome. In the case of female, both are same. Both are X size are also same. And here there is a mismatching, one X and X big one, Y small one. That is the case of male. So here you are supposed to do the cross, and from this cross you can reach a conclusion that male determines the sex of the individual or father determines the sex of the individual. It is just by chance only. No one can do it purposefully. No one can do it purposefully. It is just a matter of chance to give birth to a boy child or the girl child. But female does not have any role in it because female is having only X. So there is only, female has only one option to donate X only. But it is determined genetically. Of course, we can say that purposefully, genetically the sex of the individual is determined, or the offspring or the next generation is determined only by the male. That is very, very important. So further determines the sex of the newly formed individual. Mother does not have any role in it. Why? Because mother is having only X chromosome, but father is having both option X or Y. The sperm carrying X fuses with the egg, the child will be girl. If the sperm carrying Y fuses with the egg, the child will be male. Clear? So with this, we come to the end of this chapter. Hope you know that the evolution section of this chapter is deleted. It is not for the examination. So here with this, we just came to the end of the lesson. So my dear children, please try to do the cross. It is very, very important. Clear? So try to do the monohybrid. Dihybrid, no, you are just asked to draw the dihybrid cross and write the ratio. That is 9:3:3:1. one only. But monohybrid, you can expect so many questions, different types of questions, but you will have a clue in the questions that make you understand what is dominant and what is recessive. Clear? So until we meet in the next class, it's bye from me. Bye, dear children. Take care.